Whew. And what up, everybody? Welcome back to Furrow Publications YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about zines and DIY publishing. And I am out here with my pups, and I set a timer for an hour because I need that. I've been on my computer all day doing what we're going to talk about today in this video. But like I always tell people, you got to do this kind of stuff, man. Not only for my puppies to be out and running around and enjoying themselves, but as well for me, right? Like, you forget that you need fresh air and you need to go outside. Oh man, that I need going out and chilling for a little bit. I was out there for an hour with my puppies and just taking in the air and running around and frolicking and playing and doing all that good stuff. Because as you can see with all those notes that I showed you guys, I have been hard at work getting certified with the Google Analytics program. Just because it's something that I felt like as a small business owner, that kind of information will always be useful to me, as well as in my day-to-day job, which is usually business management. That's going to be helpful. I already kind of know business analytics, but what I'm hoping to learn through the Google Analytics certification is ultimately how to get that information off of Google. What is the most relevant information? How do they break up data? How do their algorithms work? Obviously, right? Google is one of the biggest search engines, whether it be YouTube or just for e-commerce. All that information is going to be useful to me. And going back to something that I've always talked about, like, because I try to implement this strategy of throughout the day, I will take tangible steps for Furrow publication. 8 hours of my day, I will take tangible steps. My conclusion led me to that of like, well, what do I do now? And that was one of the things that I had on my to-do list. My to-do list is another process that I think I'm really going to start trying to implement and really hit on, because I've been reading a lot of articles, and here are some of those articles if you guys want to check them out. The power of writing down your goals and how to do it. Neuroscience explains why you need to write down your goals if you actually want to succeed. How writing down your goals will increase personal success tenfold. The psychology of writing down goals. The power of writing down your goals. How setting daily goals makes you achieve big success. Here's why writing down your goals really does work. But basically, the way I understood it, the way I read it, the one that really clicked with me was this idea that you write down 5 main things that you want to tackle the next day, and you focus on number 1, and you don't do anything until you're done with number 1. Now, I have a lot of little things that I have to do as a one-man business, but one of the things I will say is that for the longest, I have had multiple large projects that I've set on my table, but because I only pick at each one of them, I don't make as much headway as I should. So what I decided to do is shut that down, and from now on, I will only have one large project on my to-do list. And once that large project is done, I will move on to the next large project. So that's something that I am implementing starting today. And the Google Analytics was the first thing that I said, well, this is something I want to do. I think the faster I do this, the easier it'll help me with some of the other projects that I have. And so I've been tackling it, and I have attacked it like a bee. So why do I think that Google Analytics is something that everyone should do? Well, to begin with, they're giving you 7 free days to take the course. And like I said, in the span of a day, I did already 1/3 of the program, right? And this is information that will just help you. Even if you don't care about the certification, like the paper, right? Like I talk to people all the time of like, you can attain knowledge and not get the degree. The knowledge is still useful. It's useful to you as an individual, right? So like you can learn filmmaking on your own and go make films. But if you want to get a job for somebody to give you money to make a film, you probably need the degree. And that's the difference, right? So someone like me that wants to monetize my art and try to make a living off of that, the idea becomes, I just need the information. I don't need the certificate. The certificate is I'm trying to apply for a job, right? And the reason why I mention this is because the free version of it, you can obtain the information, but you end up having to pay for the certificate. So if you don't need the certificate, like me, then you can just attain the information and use that information for whatever you're into. So like I said, like if Google is one of the biggest search engines, and it's not if, Google is one of the biggest search engines, period. With that in mind, it's going to help me get more online sales, hopefully, right? Learning how to just SEOs, which is something I know, but you can always get better at these things, right? And not only that, but Google and a lot of other platforms that exist online, YouTube being another one that's owned by Google, it's always changing. They're always updating the algorithms. They're always updating kind of the terms of service. And so getting the most relevant information is something that you have to do. And that's the process of it, man. So like you have to continuously learn and grow through that. Different strategies of analytical thinking and data driven decision making is how they refer to it, but different systems by different companies. And it's just interesting because someone like me, like I really want to scale Federal Publication up as high as I can scale it up. I need to create my own process to, one, define what is successful for publication, two, to find problems with federal publication, and three, to find solutions for those problems that are affecting federal publication. But that's why adding those 8 hours a day and sitting the fuck down to do something really does help, because I would have never, had it not been for that, I would have never stopped and been like, okay, well, let me do this for fucking 8 hours today. And at that, like, I'm well beyond my 8 hours, right? But I said a minimum of 8 hours. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. If you guys are considering doing that Google certification, you should do that. I will be adding a link to the show notes just so you guys can go ahead and click that, peep that out, use the 7 free days. I'm not too sure what those other classes or programs are, what they offer. I haven't really looked through it because, like I said, my intentions today was to get better at Google Analytics, and so that's what I was doing. But I will be taking a look through all the other courses and programs, and if there's something that I think is of value, I will definitely jump into it, and if I see it, I'll let you guys know. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let's keep building this motherfucking thing up. Lates.